What's going on, everyone? So, there's a lot of talk on the Lakers prioritizing the future rather than right now. And the evidence is there, right? Obviously, they've talked heavily about player development, developing players. They've went and hired a new director for fitness and health, and they've went and got a bunch of development coaches and stuff to really kind of build the young core as well as future pieces, right? They with this new CBA. It's very restricting, right? So you need this influx of just quality young talent. You need to have this program, this system to where you can kind of continue to have that next wave, right? So first wave fades out, boom, you got this next wave in, rather than kind of waiting around. It's like, obviously you need stars, right? And eventually LeBron James is going to retire. Eventually Anthony Davis is going to ride off into the sunset. And the Lakers are the brand, right? I still believe that holds a lot of weight. I still believe that there are stars out there that would love to come to the Lakers. Now, would those stars want to come to the Lakers right now and be the third option behind LeBron James and Anthony Davis? Probably not, right? Say Devin Booker, just for an example. Let's say he became available, right? I don't necessarily think he'd want to go to the Lakers right now to go play third fiddle. Now, if LeBron leaves and Devin Booker were to become available, now I think Devin Booker would be like, okay, me and Anthony Davis, right, let's go do some damage, right? But with LeBron on the team, and I don't think it's anything like, oh, they don't want to play with LeBron. I think if like Anthony Davis wasn't there, I think that same thing. Booker would be like, man, me and LeBron could do some damage, right? I just think, you look at it, it's like, man, you already have your two stars. Lakers are trying to build out that core, trying to build out that roster around. Obviously, trades, look, Lakers have tried, right? Lakers have been active in trade talks. Lakers have said, like, hey, if something develops and something's there, we'll do it. We're willing to trade the first. We're willing to do what is necessary in order to upgrade this roster, but it has to be reasonable. Selling the farm for Jeremy Grant, it raises our ceiling slightly, but not enough to make us a real contender, right? I would love to go get Jeremy Grant, but Jeremy Grant by himself for Rui, Gabe Vincent, and Cam Reddish is not enough to, it's like, oh, now we're, a top 3 team in the league. Now we're a top 5 team in the league, right? I do think the Lakers are close. I do think that the Lakers aren't super far off. I think, you get, say, a Jeremy Grant and a Bruce Brown, or Jeremy Grant and, a Walker Kessler. Now I think that ceiling is raised enough to where you can really have an impact, right? Zach LaVine and Walker Kessler are the two that I would love to acquire that I think would really raise the ceiling for the Lakers. And so if they can pull off player A plus player B, then yes. And that's kind of what the Lakers appear to be trying to do. Right? They're trying to get multiple moves done in order to really raise the ceiling rather than just like, okay, we got this move. It's not a lateral move, but it's not like a real huge steep incline to where we're, a bona fide contender now. And there is also the thought process of the future, right? With LeBron James, coming to the end of his career, whenever that is. Could be, 2 years, could be another 10, who knows, right? With LeBron James. But it is this balancing and this juggling act that the Lakers have to continue to navigate and go through. But I do believe, and look, maybe it's foolish belief, but I do believe if the trade is there, the Lakers will make that move, right? Rob Pelinka's made a trade every season he's been in, office for the Lakers, and except for last season, obviously, he didn't make the trade last season, but every season he's made a trade. So I don't think he's against making trades. I don't think the Lakers are necessarily against making trades. I just think that they know we're very limited. We can't just take a shot, right? We can't just make a move and now it fails and now we don't win and we're still not very good or we're still a play-in team. And then now we don't have the picks for the future. So now we're going through this rebuild and all these other teams have our picks, and now we're getting all these top 5 picks, and it's all these teams. Like, it can become a mess, right? Again, you can always be worse, and your future, you could handicap yourself for years to come, right? You could put yourself in a position to where, like, you're stuck, right? And it's just like, man, all these other teams are improving and getting better because they're using your assets in order to do so when you could have used your assets in order to do so. I am fine with patience. I have preached and screamed patience, right? I know it's very hard to be patient. It's hard for me at times, right? Because I want something now too. I want the Lakers to go make a move. I want the Lakers to go make a trade. I want that piece or two now, or at least that first trade that kind of takes the pressure off, right? If they were to go get a Jeremy Grant, now you can exhale a little bit. It's like, okay, they got the first move. Now let's go find the second move, right? But I also am willing to and understand the situation where teams, their asking prices up here right now, and they need a drop, right? No one's trading 2 firsts for Jeremy Grant. Supposedly Portland, they want to get off of Jeremy Grant ASAP. Okay, if that's true, then their asking price is going to come down. If it's not true, they're going to keep their asking price high, and then they can keep Jeremy Grant, and you just wait for that piece that becomes available. Maybe it doesn't become available. I mean, you don't know, but I do believe that the Lakers are active now, and I do think that they want to win now if they can. Problem is, I just don't think there's a lot out there. As far as, keeping the picks as opposed to trading the picks, right? I do think that there is an argument. It's like, okay, you go get a Jeremy Grant right now. Let's say, boom, we pull off the deal to go get Jeremy Grant, and now you're in this position where it's like, okay, yeah, we're better, but now we have no picks. You overpaid, but hey, you got a trade done, right? We did what everyone wanted. We did what people were asking for, right? There you go, everyone, right? I'm not okay with that. No trade is better than a bad trade, in my opinion, but I'm also want them, and I do believe that they should trade the picks if that trade becomes available. The future of the Lakers, personally, and again, maybe this is just blind faith, but I believe the Lakers will always be fine for the future. Lakers will get that next star. The Lakers will get that next wave of real stars coming to LA. The Lakers have always done, even when Kobe was getting ready to retire, right? Everybody, Lakers are done. They're cooked. They're never going to get another star. I hope you enjoyed that run. It's over. It's the end. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And guess what happened? 2 years later, LeBron James comes, and then they follow that up with Anthony Davis, and we immediately win an NBA championship. It's still LA. It's still the Lakers, right? It's not just the contract, because in today's NBA, you can get, you could be a billionaire anywhere. Right? Like, it's just the contracts are so insane now for stars. Stars are getting $50 million a year no matter where they're at. Right? So it's not the financial incentive of a contract, but it is of business, investments, endeavors, connections. Right? You got the weather, the nightlife, the women, the this, that, right? Like, these are young men that are, enjoying life and multi-millionaires. They got more money than 99.9% of us will ever see or imagine in our lives. There is a lot of incentive there. The Lakers organization is always one that wins, right? I mean, again, like, we act like the Lakers didn't just win in 2020. I know we're getting in the 2025 season, but it's hard to win a championship year in and year out. Should we have won another championship in that time? I believe so. I believe we would have. I think in 2021, like after the 2020 championship, I believe if health was there, we win, right? I mean, again, we were once again one of the best teams in the league. For a large stretch of that season, we were the best team in the league again. And then LeBron gets hurt, Dennis Schroeder gets COVID, and he was just never the same back. I mean, the Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Dennis Schroeder, those three were like a plus 12.5 on the basketball court together. And we're by far the best trio in the league. And then, again, LeBron gets hurt, Anthony Davis dealing with some stuff, Dennis Schroeder gets COVID, never comes back the same that season at least. And then we get into the playoffs. LeBron's still on one leg. You have multiple injuries. You have, even Andre Drummond was dealing with like a foot injury. And then you had Anthony Davis, who we're dominating. The Phoenix Suns have zero answer for Anthony Davis, right? We're up 2-1. We look like we're about to go up 3-1, and then AD gets hurt, and that's it, right? So I do think that the Lakers would have won back-to-back. Obviously, the Russell Westbrook trade was a disaster. They made the push. They tried. I didn't believe it was the right move at the time. I tried to be optimistic. I tried to be hopeful. I'm always going to support the team. I'm always going to support what's going on and at least give it a shot before I go, but we all knew what the result would be. But nonetheless, they tried to take a shot. It didn't work, right? Never going to knock a team for trying something. Again, there's good tries and bad tries, and I think the Westbrook situation was a bad try, but still, they at least tried, which shows, like, hey, the Lakers organization, they're always going to try. They're always going to do those things if it's there, if it's available, if it's a possibility for the Lakers to get it done. So, again, I do believe that the Lakers should trade the picks if it's there. Again, if nothing's there, then no. I don't want to just see the picks traded just to trade the picks. Right? I don't want to give up both first for Jeremy Grant and be like, well, hey, we did a trade, right? Like, no. Like, it's silly. If you can get him for a first, sure, go do it. Right? Like, and then that way you can go make another move. Maybe it's immediate, maybe it's at the trade deadline, whatever. Otherwise, just stick with the team you have. Get another year of chemistry, get better coaching, hopefully better health, right? Like, you start factoring in all the pieces that you look at and all the pros against the cons. Again, this time last year, even Laker haters were like, the Lakers are going to be tough, man. They're deep, they're talented, they're versatile, they got size, they have all that. And then we have a terrible coach, injury-riddled season. We still won 47 games. We still won the in-season tournament. Now everyone's like, oh, Lakers are trash. Like, how do you come to that conclusion? Right? Like, again, even we were missing like literally 3 of our top 8 rotation pieces all season long. We're missing our entire defense all season long, not named Anthony Davis, right? So it's just like, again, I don't think we're that far. I do think, as currently constructed, I do think we have a chance, right? It's not something I would like bet on. I don't think like we're a top 5 team in the league, but I do think we are very good. I do believe that with JJ Redick and the new coaching staff, I think we can elevate and be even better. I think this team is a threat. I genuinely believe that the Lakers are a threat. Healthy LeBron James and Anthony Davis, not going to be easy to beat in a 7-game series, unless you're Denver, right? But outside of that, like, I think that the Lakers are good. I think we're going to see. Trade the picks if the trade is there. If not, don't. Stay patient, right? Something will eventually be there. Maybe it's not this season. Maybe it's next season. Maybe it's at the trade deadline. Maybe it is before training camp, right? But I'm not worried about the Lakers' future because, again, I believe another star will come. Once LeBron retires, it might take a year, might take a 2, right? Maybe 3. Who knows? It could be a couple years. But eventually, somebody's going to go, man, I can go to the Lakers, right? Like, hey, let me make my way to the Lakers now, right? Me plus, whomever, or, maybe one of our guys. Maybe Dalton Connect does in 2 years become, an all-star level player. Or Max Christie, or, Jalen Trifino, or whomever, right? Like, you never know. I mean, even SGA, right? Like, SGA, like, 5 years ago, people, like, SGA was like, oh, okay, he's like, may or may not be something. And then he just, boom, had that breakout. And it was like, oh, wait a minute. This guy was a top 10 player now, right? Like, again, same thing with Giannis and Jokic. I mean, you never know. You never know what you have until they just, boom, break out, right? I mean, even Austin Reeves, obviously not to star level or anything like that, but like, before Austin Reeves got the opportunity, it was kind of like, okay, like, he's a player. And then it's just like, oh, wait, no, this guy is could be a legit 20-point-a-game scorer. I mean, I thought he would be last year. He was 16 a game. But if he would have shot 40% from 3 like I thought he was going to, then he would have been a 20-point. He actually would have been 21 and some change, right? So, again, like, but you didn't know what that would be until that became something. Like, there are on occasion, like Anthony Davis right out the gate is great. LeBron right out the gate is great. But more times than not, it usually is like a guy starts hitting its stride and then boom, breaks out. So we'll see. We'll see if one of our guys can break out. Otherwise, again, I do believe a star will come. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass a question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you think like, yes, look, trade the picks. Something's there. Otherwise, be patient. Do you think like, no, hey, like you got to do something no matter what? Do you believe that, hey, like Lakers are the Lakers, they'll be fine. The future will be fine. Life will be good. Do what you got to do to get that done. Do what you got to do to make off trade and trust the Lakers brand. Trust that the Lakers will always be okay. Trust that the Lakers will always be able to generate and bring in a star because I believe that they will, right? Again, I have faith. We've seen it since the inception of the Lakers, right? They always seem to get the stars. They're in LA. It's a place players and want to be. So anyway, again, how you feel? Let me know. down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. Helps me enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.